So you've got two kinds of aliens, and people that are watching this, some people may have no idea about the T2, two timelines.
Probably not. We actually had three kinds of extraterrestrials, human lineage extraterrestrials present. Two kinds of P plus 45,000 years from now, if we were to translate over to timeline 2. Difficult subjects, aren't they? Two representatives from that time, two representatives from P plus 52,000 years ahead, J-rods, both of which generally have the anatomical configuration of what would be in ufology called grays, gray aliens, and two representatives from P plus 52,000 Orions, who would generally, I guess, in ufological circles, I guess one could say, would be called Nordics or Talls.
Okay.
Who actually look more human-like but have larger eyes, very blue eyes, blondish hair, etc.
I see. And, okay, well, of course I've got many questions on this score.
So do I.
Are you saying that these aliens that were present at this conference that happened, what, this year, last year? A couple years ago, in which they discussed, I'm assuming it was
between
the Lotus...
2003 and 4.
I'm sorry?
Between 2003 and 2004.
Okay, and they discussed the Lotus project.
It was brought up, and in fact, as part of the negotiations, the P plus 45,000 group of J-rods wanted the codes for the Lotus Principle added into the treaty negotiations so that they could use it in their own attempts to ameliorate their particular neuropathies. They're humans.
Okay.
They're human beings, albeit different from what we would expect to see as a human being. But then again, if we look in the history, the presently accepted history of the evolution of humankind, if one were to walk into a conference held by Neanderthals, one would be taken aback. Well, in the same way, one may be taken aback by walking into a conference with these gentlemen.
I'm talking about somebody who is acting like you and me, looking like you and me, absolutely undetectable.
No.
And still could be furthering, or could even be...
If they are, they're not J-rods. If they are, they're not J-rods. Orions, possible. They are very, very brilliant people. The short interactions, very short interactions that I had with them, I was impressed whereas I would not want to be spending that much time around P45s at all. I would have enjoyed. In fact, I would have felt privileged speaking with them further.
Are you talking about, when you say Orions, are you talking about the Nordics?
I think that's how they're usually they've been called Talls or Tall.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're essentially the anthropomorphic, very tall human beings with blonde hair, very large eyes, very blue, pretty eyes, larger than our eyes as in ratio to cranium size. The orbits are larger, etc. Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant people, and what I found most intriguing about them is how they modulated what I consider their brilliance through emotion. The emotions coming from them were so less rudimentary, they were so more complex than what even I experienced with Kaela. I would have really enjoyed spending some more time with them.
Okay, but they're here on this planet interacting with us.
Well, they interacted with us. I'm not certain if there are presently any on Earth or not right now. Okay. I would say that they're 50,000 years, a little more than that, ahead of us. Given the similarity between body structure, between size even and body structure, cephalothoracic to thoracic ratio, similar enough. I think they could probably, if their eyes didn't look the way their eyes look, they could probably get away with walking around. But their eyes are they're way larger than ours, and they look like essentially like these Bratz dolls that the little tween girls are going after nowadays. You know, the eyes are too large. You see these eyes, these hyper-sized eyes. I mean, it's fine on a Bratz doll, but if you walk this thing out onto the street, it's going to get picked out very quickly.
Okay.
So I just don't think so.